Hey, how are you today? My name is Becky and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about this thing that I've been seeing everywhere. It's about how YouTube's in easy mode. Have you seen that? Or everybody over 40 should have a channel. Have you seen that one? You know, I kind of believe everybody over 40 should have a channel, but YouTube is hard. It is hard. If this is the easy mode, oh, I can't even imagine. How is it going to be easy? Think about the steps. There's like, in my mind, 5 things that make it really hard. And those are, the first one that you have to overcome in order to get a video out there. It is fighting this battle with yourself. I mean, that's not fun, right? So the first thing we have to do is we have to fight our own insecurities and our fears. We're like, oh, I don't want to be seen. What if people laugh at me? What if people criticize me? Oh, I'm going to get mean comments. Mean people are everywhere, right? Or what if people don't think I have anything to say? What if no one watches? What if they make fun of me? Or do I really sound like that? Or look like that? Or, all of the things that we've carted around saying that we were maybe not good enough in our lives. Well, we're just taking all that and bundling up in a nice package and putting it out on the internet, by our own terms. But it's scary to think about, isn't it? The funny thing is, as soon as you shine a light on something, it loses its power, right? So I found as I've gotten older, I'm less concerned about what other people think. I'm more adventurous. I'll put myself out there more. And I think YouTube's only helped with that. Fighting your insecurities and fears can be the biggest hurdle in our lives. And we've done it all of our lives because we're all afraid of something. But the more you do something, the easier it gets. And I find that the things that used to terrify me, they don't anymore because I face them and I try them. I mean, I still find this terrifying, and it is very hard to put out videos. And that's why that was number 1 on my list of 5 things that make it really hard to do YouTube. The second one, well, it's my own little technological hell. It doesn't matter what camera I'm using, if it's my phone, if it's the DJI, if it's my camera. They all have their own little quirk. And then, are you going to use stabilization? Do you have a gimbal? Do you have a tripod? What kind of tripod? Is it tall enough? There's so many things that go into it. And I'm always looking for ways to make something easy. And a lot of times I get sucked into thinking, oh, if I had the right camera. Some people have said that this is the idiot-proof camera. I'll get that one because surely I won't mess that up. It hadn't met me yet. Or I guess we don't want to go there and have it call me an idiot. Anyway, but I had trouble from having the battery not click all the way in and having it not attached securely to a tripod and having it fall. Or maybe it was the time I thought it was on and it wasn't. Or the time where I tried to get my footage and it was gone. Poof. But I think it all comes down to your expectations. If you think a camera is going to make it so easy for you that you're just going to push play and everything's going to work out and you're going to have this wonderful masterpiece, that makes sense, and you're not stuttering, stammering, the lighting's okay, the sound is okay, all of those little factors that go into it. I mean, the lighting, the sound, the image, if it's moving, if there's loud people in the background that you have to tune out. If any one part of it goes down or you have trouble, it's a house of cards. It really, I've had so much trouble. But each time it's gotten easier. And I need to get over the idea that when something's easy does not mean you don't need to learn how to use it. You can't just walk in and push play and call it good. It just doesn't work. At least in my recent experiences, that's not the way that it worked. And if you do get footage and everything worked out, you captured it, you retrieved it, you have it saved somewhere where you can access it. Learn the hard way on that one too. Then you enter the phase of a fresh hell called editing. It's all hell, I tell you. And in editing, you have to pick the right platform. How are you going to do it? Are you going to edit? Which, I'm starting to think I'm going to put out some videos that are not edited because that's not been my strength. And then if you are going to edit, where are you going to edit? CapCut. It's easy, right? Oh, yeah, it's easy. It's still not easy. You still have to learn how to use it. All the times that I have spent watching videos on how to do these things, it's kind of crazy. But you learn. And as you learn, you might finally get to the point where, hey, I'm going to upload this on YouTube Studio. It's going to be fabulous. And it's fabulous. You did it. You've got it. You're putting it up. But then you have to think about all the metrics. Oh, well, I need to have, what's my click ratio? Am I going to have people want to click on this? What about subscribers? Where am I going to put that? Like in this video, where am I going to say, please like and subscribe my video? Something to think about. Please like and subscribe my video. But if you can get to all of that, you come to the hardest part. If we're ranking them, not in order of making the video, but if we're ranking them as to what the actual hardest thing to do is, it's to just start. Because boy, for me to get going, if I'm sat down, if I'm comfortable, for me to get in gear and do something, it is so hard. And if it's challenging, it's really hard. If you think about all our New Year's resolutions, we're trying to do something new and different. Really, just starting sometimes is really hard. And then to keep it going is an entirely different thing because it's like every day it's starting over. Well, I want to get to the point where I am not starting over each time because I've started several times and it always feels like I'm starting over. So now I'm going to put out videos. I'm just going to put them out and not worry about them, not overthink them. And I am going to try to give you something you're going to want to watch, but I'm going to make bad videos, not as a goal, but just as it being real. I know that some of them are not going to be as good as I would have hoped they would be. But that's kind of the trick. You have to be brave enough to fail and brave enough to make mistakes. So I'm telling you so. So that's my goal now, to put out videos, make them rather than worry about them, and get the bad ones out of the way, because there is some YouTubers who say you have to make so many bad ones before you get to the good ones. Let's hope that's true, and let's clock those in. Let's get going, because I want to get to the good stuff. And I'm sure you do too. But I hope you'll join me, because it's nice to have company on this road. And it is so nice to be able to encourage each other to say, hey, make your someday now. Do the thing you dreamed about. Because is it worth it if it's so hard? Well, heck yeah, it's worth it. It is so worth it. And I came up with another 5 reasons why it's worth it. I know, 5. And you know why I like 5? Because I believe it's easy to remember, but I think we should all be handfuls. You always heard stories about the older people who were handfuls. They were fascinating. They were fun. I want to be the fun handful. Let me be a handful. And remember, handful. So, my first of my handful, personal growth. If you're overcoming your fears and your insecurities, you're growing. If you're willing to get out there and fail and make mistakes, you're growing. When I learned how to juggle, I had to drop the ball before I learned to catch it. Seems counterintuitive, but very true. Oh, and another thing is, it's a way to give back. There's got to be somebody out there, hopefully I will reach them, who is wanting to maybe in this case, start a YouTube channel. Maybe they just want to do something outside their comfort zone. Hey, I see you. I'm with you. We're in this together, and you drop me a comment and I'll respond to you and encourage you along the way, because this is fun and it should be fun. We've worked really hard to get to this point in our lives. We should be doing the fun stuff. We should be exploring all of the things that light us up. Okay, number three. Number three on my list of things that make it worth it, even if you have no subscribers, is you're leaving a legacy. I think about how cool it would be if I got to see my mom or dad talk on video and tell me stuff that they thought about, even if it was embarrassing and weird or even just goofy. Oh, I'd love Goofy. Goofy'd be so fun. That wasn't a side they showed often, but it was there. But how fun to see the people that you care about. And when they're gone, you forget. You forget what it's like. I want my kids to always be able to say, oh, your grandma. Here, let me show you a picture. Or maybe someday they'll think about, some memory and they'll think, oh, I'm going to watch a video because it was always kind of fun. Hopefully they think it's fun. I have a code word with one of my daughters. I say, I always want you to leave feeling like you've gone on like a vacation and you feel recharged and rested and supported. And I said, but sometimes it doesn't go well. And I'm sorry, but we need a code word. You need to give me the name of a place you do not want to go, so we know when the conversation is kind of taking a detour from a fun vacation. It works really well. I'd recommend that. The third thing that makes it absolutely worthwhile is you learn new things. Look at what I've learned. Well, learning how to work my cameras, even the idiot-proof ones that need a new name, or so do I. No. I've learned how to do some editing, beginner stages. I'm learning how to face my fears, all the things. And all those have helped me grow so much as a person. It's transformative. And that is the fifth thing. I'm going to talk a little bit later about being an author, because, hey, I'm a best-selling author right now. And I'm only co-author in a compilation book, but my story is about the transformative power of video. Seeing yourself or even hearing yourself, you begin to see yourself in a new way. And you begin to see what you're capable of. And you also take a look at that person, and you don't so much see their flaws after a certain amount of time, and you start to say, oh, you see them as a whole person, not, oh, I've never liked this about myself, or I've never liked that about myself. Even if you never want to do a YouTube channel, videotape yourself. Do it as a video diary, and kind of over time start to say, okay, I like her. Because, if you think about your friends, you don't think about little pieces about their personalities or appearance that you don't like. You think about them as a whole and who they are and what it's like to be around them. Experience what you're like, because we don't always do that. We don't have the separation. So I encourage you to pull out the camera, phone, whatever it is, make some videos. See yourself in a new way. It truly is transformative. And about YouTube, well, it's hard. It is really hard. But even with 0 subscribers, it's worth it, right? And always remember to be a handful.